Good morning, everyone. I have to go to the store and get a white elephant gift for our gift exchange tonight, but I have confirmed it does not need to be a weird gift or like a strange gift. It's just a gift that is $20 or under. Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging. I also, even though I just baked, like recently, I just baked the brownies, I would love to make some sort of holiday cookie or something for tonight. So I have a book that is specifically for like holiday cookies. So I'm going to take a look through that and see if I can find anything that isn't too difficult that I want to make. Hi, Rocket. And then since I'll be out getting a white elephant gift, it won't be too difficult for me to just run by if I need to get any ingredients. So we shall see. But I have a breaking character interview at 8 p.m. tonight. My person for this week just never wrote me back, and so guess that's not happening. I did give options for that person because I don't have anyone the next 2 weeks either, because I purposefully didn't schedule anyone because of the holidays. But if that person would rather go one of those weeks, then we can make that happen. But I haven't heard back at all, so that's interesting. I work it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get up, get dressed, eat some breakfast, take a look in the baking books, see if there's anything I would like to make. I would make just another batch of the brownies because everyone really enjoys those, but I just made them and we still have some left over, so like people just had them yesterday. And there's one or two people that aren't a huge fan of like chocolate, so maybe I can see if I can make something that doesn't have chocolate in it or doesn't have a lot of chocolate. Also, just an update from Texas. Hi, bud. So my mom thinks she has a cold, thinks it's just a cold. However, she's going to a PCR COVID test today. She hasn't had a fever. She's only had a sore throat and congestion in her nose. That's pretty much been it. But then she had some like tightness, like muscle tightness at the back of her neck last night. And so yeah, on Thursday, there's the churches doing, like, she volunteers for the prep team at church, and they're also doing, like, a luncheon. And so she wants to make sure that she's doing a PCR test. So she actually just texted me back. So not a rapid test. So that way, if it is COVID, she's already experiencing symptoms, and the PCR test has less of a chance of coming back as a false negative than a rapid test does. But we do think it's just a cold, but better to be safe than sorry, especially because I'm set to fly in on Monday, and my brother is flying in on the 23rd, on the night of the 23rd. So my mom just texted me back and said that her throat is better today, but now it's sort of like stuffy, runny nose. So it feels like a cold. However, she is a little achy or stiff, and so that's what has her curious. She hasn't taken her temperature yet today, but I don't think she feels like she has a fever. But anyway, I think she's been cautious around the house, like wearing a mask when my dad is around and things like that. My dad, this is where it's interesting too, right? My dad just got his booster shot like a week ago. My mom hasn't yet, because my mom had a much larger reaction to the second shot than my dad or I had to either shot. And so she needs to have it for a day when the next day she doesn't need to do anything. So if she does have another more intense reaction, she's not missing out on doing anything or like down for the count unexpectedly. So that's required, a little bit more planning, and it's the holidays and things are busy. So she has not had her booster shot yet. She is eligible for hers, but she hasn't gotten it yet. So I'm really hoping it is just a cold and it's not COVID. But it would be really, if it is, it would be really interesting as a breakthrough infection, but without the booster shot. I am heading out to Barnes & Noble for the white elephant gift, and then to the store. my mom is getting her PCR test at 12:30 my time, 11:30 her time, and then she's decided to go to another CVS near her that has the Binax Now self-at-home tests, to do one of those. She doesn't feel like terrible, and most of her symptoms are still like cold symptoms, but it's just good to check. And she was also calling the CVS that she's taking the test at to see if she could add on a flu test just to cover both bases. But in addition to that, I'm just a little nervous. Well, I'm nervous because of that, but I'm also nervous because last night Costa was saying that for like half the day he had been like lightheaded, but I think it's because, and this is what he was thinking too, that he is not good about drinking water at all. And so he was thinking it's just dehydration. And that is really what I'm hoping for, because if it is like any sort of like, I wasn't near them last night because I didn't hang out with them. And I haven't seen Ashlyn today at all. I haven't seen either of them today at all, and I didn't see Ashlyn much yesterday. But I'm just really nervous that like he's also sick with something, and especially if it's like a stomach thing. Like I cannot be. I will lock myself in my room. I can't do that. So, but I mean, I think it is just dehydration for him, but like it's just, oh my gosh. So it is always dangerous for me to come to a Barnes & Noble. I have no intention of getting any sort of book. However, you never know what's gonna happen. I don't know what white elephant gift I'm gonna get, because I have been told we're not going for like white elephant gifts being like weird. It really is just any gift that's $20 or less. But anytime I'm around books is dangerous. I did not buy any books. Quite proud of myself, and I got confirmation from Ashlyn that Kosa is fine. He just was very dehydrated yesterday and had not like eaten well that day, so that's why. This is what I got. It was a little over $20, but I think it's fine because we play games basically every Monday night. I thought this would be cool. It's called Joking Hazard. An offensive card game from Cyanide and Happiness. So it's basically like, from the minds of the twisted comic Cyanide and Happiness, Joking Hazard is an adult party game where you will compete with your friends to finish an awful 3-panel comic with millions of possible combinations. So I figure it's for 18 and up. It's for 3 to 10 people, which is perfect. So did that, and I found myself, the one thing I did come out with was I found myself a new thing, because mine is, the second one is breaking. So anyway, found myself a new one, which is great. Now I'm going to head to Kroger. I am going into the grocery store hungry, which we all know is dangerous, but I should only be in the baking aisle. Keyword being should, because that is all that I need. I need food coloring, I need almond extract, and butter. So butter is not in that aisle. So let's just hope nothing else catches my eye.
See, like these are the little shapes I should have gotten. Those are super cute, but I should have gotten those.
It is a miracle. I only got the 4 things that I needed, which was butter, almond extract, food coloring, and eggs. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to make. So my mom has gotten her PCR test, and she went to the store and got a Binax Now test. So she is going to take that in probably about half an hour. I am so hoping that this is negative and her PCR test, but we won't find out those results until tomorrow. I am so hoping they are negative, because if they're not, we're going to be running into some issues. She would be fine following the 10 days after your first symptom rule, and if you're getting better and no fever and all of that, she would be fine. But my dad did not isolate last night, and if he were to get it,
we would not be able to be there for Christmas.
There was this one time where in school before the teacher came in, he had a magazine with Legos, and I acted like I liked Legos, when I never played Legos. But we touched hands on the magazine, and I freaked out, and I was like, "This is it. He's gonna take my hand in marriage." I didn't think that, but I did freak out. I'm sorry. And I never spoke to him again.
You did the third grade.
So I did nothing about it.
We have had a very fun white elephant, and now we're playing games, but I'm gonna head to bed soon because I'm tired. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.